Hi guys, so I decided to make a new market for my Let's Play the Every Life Stage challenge, and I had this dog park in the front of my home since it's in Brindleton Bay, and it's really not that useful. So here I am making a new one. As you can see, it was way too full. That was like my first try, and it was way too full, way too convoluted, full of stuff, and the layout was really bad. So I liked this little place I had here on the right where I had the stalls almost in a U shape, and I also liked the little pond that I made. So I decided to combine those and have the pond in the middle and the stalls going around it, and really just focus on those two things without all that random stuff around. I also liked the fountain and the picnic table, so I kept those and just tried to focus on the stalls instead of all the other. So I took everything out and I started with the fresh lot. I took the fence, I used those hedges and made the space a little bit smaller, so I didn't have that much space to fill later and to work with, and that it really did help me. I did make it a little bit bigger later, but just having that space be more limited really made everything easier. So I took everything out that I thought I was gonna need. I had the stalls, specifically two of the market stalls. I hope that I get two different things in them, but I'm really not sure. I also took the Around the World in 80 Bytes and the Stranger Wheel knick-knack thing because I wonder what's in there. I actually never played the pack. I really just wanted the pretty build stuff. I also had the garden one, just for fun. I'm not sure what's in there, and I took the fish one because you can buy fresh fish in that one. I took the idea of the pond again. I made it a little bit bigger and really the center of the space. I added a bunch of decorations on it, as you can see, and I wanted to have the fountain too, but that was a whole new part. I had so much trouble with that fountain. You will see later when I try to build it. I actually cut a part off. I stopped recording and tried to build it on my own. So here I'm back with building the little constraint to have the smaller lot and still feel like it's closed, like it's like just the lot being smaller. And I like the idea of having the corner, so everything just, is a more interesting shape. I worked with a lot of plants around the pond. I think that made it look really cute and almost like romantic. At the end, you will see I had a lot of lights that didn't illuminate much, but I think it's gonna be enough to play the game. So I had those huge trees that I love to use in the builds, but they're so big, and I think scaled down they don't work because the lights just start to float. But right there in the back, it was okay because the front of the lot has things that are not too tall, so you can still play. That was me figuring out if I should really leave it as a park because of all the things that they asked me to put, but in the end it did end up working out. So I needed a few chairs to put around the chess tables, and then also a few chairs around the food stalls. I did end up getting a few more food stalls later on. Yeah, the bathroom I did put on the outside with the little playground. I added the playground because I had to for the park to work, and it worked out pretty well with the layout that I had for the market. As you can see, it will be on this back corner, and I will fence it off just around the bathroom. I thought that was also practical to have like the bathroom close to the kids, and it's all fenced off, so you go through the market and then you can go to the playground. I had a lot of trouble finding a good paint to put on the ground. I wanted sand, but the sand just looked weird. It looked really, really bright white, so I used this dirt and just left it at that. I will go back to that corner and will make it the basketball court just to have something for the fitness. And now I'm at the I decided to add those game tables because I think it's cute that every age can play with it. Most of the ages, I think, from children to elder. And the basketball court, just to fill that space in a little bit. I could have left it blank, but it felt a little bit sad, and like this you can also work your fitness. you can basically do a lot of things in this space now. So I did some terrain paint around the ground so it doesn't look that flat, and I opened up this space a little bit more to have it doesn't look so cramped now, it's a little bit more open. And the plants, I also struggled with landscaping a lot. I will remove those later because they are too round for this space, I felt like. So that was just me. I love using the wildflowers and the different things to make the space look a little bit filled and, I don't know, cute. I used the lamps on the outside, but on the inside it just looked weird. So I added a few flowers, and then where I had the flowers, I added some of the lights. That's me putting lights in the fountain. Actually, I think in the end it worked okay. It just looks like the main feature of the park, which I think it was okay. I wanted to add some more garden stuff, but it didn't really work until the end when I put the new fountain that I built. So that was just me trying to figure out the fountain. It took so long. I think I tried almost every fountain in game. I tried sizing some down, but that also didn't work because the water just doesn't stay in place, you know. I tried more fountains, and that's what I ended up with. I had those 3 pieces, and I think it looks pretty cute with the flowers in the middle. It makes it a little bit more, you know, maybe a little bit more lived in and romantic. I did remove those candles, it was a bit much, but I wanted to add some in the water later so that it looks lit up. And that was me again trying to figure out how to put lights around it, and that looked really bad. So I decided to add a few hanging lights around the place. I think that made it look even more romantic and like really cute, sweet little market where you can do quite a few things. And I decided to change the picnic tables. I thought they looked a little bit too old and weathered, whereas the rest of the park looked a little bit more put together. So I used this regular one, and I think that's basically it for the build. Yeah, that was a try that I made that did not work out. I wanted to fill the park a little bit more, the pond a little bit more, but was just really not good. And that's me removing those big bushes, and I added those long plants that I think reflected the light really beautifully. And that's me thinking I was done. And then I went back and put stuff on the table to have, you know, that romantic come out a little bit more. And so they had a little bit of light around when they eat. And I added a few other food stalls this time, not market ones. And it was really hard. I had no idea what I took, so I just took stuff that I was in the mood to eat. So and I added the American one because I was wondering if American food was in the 80 bites around the world, or if they kept it more, more different kinds of foods. So I added a few that can always be switched out, and that's basically it. So I hope to see you on the Let's Play, where the first thing I think I'm gonna do is go to this market because I can't wait to visit it and see it in live mode.